Hello viewers, welcome back to another ride. I've just fueled up at Jerry's Plains. Had a nice run up the Hunter Expressway. It's been a pretty consistent 8 degrees this morning, comfortable. Heading out towards Bylong Valley Way. I'm going to turn off at a little township or village called Baerami. Hope I've got the pronunciation correct. And travel down a road to Baerami Creek, and then ultimate goal is to get to an old shale mine, which is obviously not operational. There's a picnic area, and hopefully some of the old buildings are still standing. Seems like it does have an information plaque that you can read about the history of it. Yeah, and then I've got another little place a little bit further down Bylong Valley Way, just more out of curiosity. Location called Phipps Cutting, but there's a rest area there, and actually do a bit of a walk. It's less than a kilometre, so yeah, I think it gives views of the Goulburn River. Probably put the drone up and have a look around there as well. But I'm just travelling from Jerry's Plains on the Jones Reserve Road. Sort of does a little bit of a bypass of having to go into Denman. And yeah, get you onto Bylong Valley Way. Alright, I'll keep travelling. Okay, so we're just on Yarrawa Road out the back of Denman. Just about to head up over King's Gap. Never been this way before, so I think it's only a short up and over to get onto Bylong Valley Way. Yeah, so just interesting to see what the conditions are here. Obviously a steep descent. Wow, what a view. Still plenty of cloud hanging around the mountains, or hills. And certainly keeping that temperature just down a bit at the moment. It's hovering around that 7 to 8 degrees. Yeah, so pretty good surface on this road. Fair bit of tar today. But just some exploration that I wanted to do, so heard a lot about these old shale facilities in the Wollomi area, a few further down south towards Lithgow and that. This one I'm going to today, or trying to get to today, apparently the biggest operation of its time. So yeah, interesting to see. Alright, King's Gap was short, sweet, and now I'm on the Bylong Valley Way. So, head down to the village of Baerami and go from there. Alright, just coming into the village of Baerami. Found me turn off. Oh, matey on his tractor. So we'll head down into the hills and see what we can find. Yeah, so I got down to Baerami Creek locality. Obviously the trees are very much in their winter state with the colourful leaves. Surprised there's still leaves on them actually. We're sort of beginning of July, and thought they might have all dropped off by now. Some have, but not all. So probably only got about another 6 kilometres to go. Should get onto some gravel road soon. Council's doing a bit of work on the culverts. Certainly interesting countryside. Lots of wildlife. Seen a few static wombats, kangaroos, birds. Static and not living. Another little example there, I think. Nope, just a tuft of grass. A couple of wedge-tail eagles. Hope they don't pick on me. I'm still going that one. Between the two of them, I think they could have picked the bike up and carried it away. Now those trees have lost their leaves. Here's a little bit of wildlife. Little wallaby. It's interesting how they always decide to cut across in front of you. Why wouldn't you run the other way? Well, we've got to Gravel Road. See if old matey thingies. How's it going?
Bit pressure on the bike today?
It is a little bit, but I actually prefer the winter riding to summer. Summer's too hot. I was just going to try and head down to the old shale mine.
Yeah. Well, if you keep going up here,
Yep.
you come to a gate.
Right.
You can open the gate.
Right.
You close it again.
Yeah.
You go past some big yards up there, and then you see a sign, Old Shale Mines, and you go up that road there. It's a track up there.
Okay. So is it your private property?
Yeah, my property here, and my neighbours down there, but it's a public road all the way to the mine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was advantageous to get the property owner and talk to him face to face. So Reuben's Trail into the Wollomi National Park. Cattle along the way, as you can see. Yeah, well, definitely more signage and organised than I thought there might be out here. I'm guessing it's not the most visited part of the world, but yeah, the Baerami Oil Shale Mines. Just pull up in the car park area, have a bit of a walk around. Yeah, well, I'm just on Reuben's Trail. As you can see, the gate's closed. I just want to go up to Widden number 2 shale oil mine site. It was one of the ones that was recommended as yeah, having a little bit more to see. Yeah, with that closed gate, looks like I've got a foot slog it up there. Not all that easy in bike boots, but it's relatively flat, so I'll give it a go. Obviously they're doing some work on the road here. Obviously while the gate's closed and they don't want people coming through on this track with vehicles. So I'll just continue on, soldier on and see what I can find. Yeah, well, I've come a fair distance as far as walking is concerned. Really can't see what I'm trying to find as far as these other widens are concerned, or the mine entrances, or any other infrastructure. And yeah, probably only guessing, but I probably walked about 1.5 kilometres in. So by the time I invest my time walking back, I thought, I'll call it quits. But certainly gave it a good crack. Maybe I just don't know what I'm looking for. I found heaps of wombat holes, and yeah, there's no shortage of those. But looks like this area has had a lot of rain through here. Most of the wombat holes are quite damp, so I can only imagine that they're non-occupied at the moment. And yeah, so I'll get heading back to the gate, get the bike. Gonna have another after this walk. Gonna have another break. Nothing like a break. Actually picked up a trusty old meat pie at the servo, so I'll give that a go. Probably regret it for the next 2 days, but the iced coffee should tame it a bit, I guess. All right, well, I've just got to keep walking. Yeah, well, I'm just coming to the end of Baerami Creek Road, heading back out from the shale mines. Just at the village of Baerami, just about to turn back onto Bylong Valley Way. As I mentioned before, I'm going to go a little bit further down, just to Phipps Cutting, and yeah, do my final rest break for the day before I head home. And I'll be heading back the way I came, so I will conclude the trip there as far as the video is concerned. There is a walking track, goes up the hill a bit, but I might play it lazy and just send the drone up just near the Goulburn River. Feel like I've done enough walking in these motorbike bits today, so yeah, leave it for another day. Alright, I'll catch up with you when I get to Phipps Cutting Rest Area. Yeah, well, I've just had a break at Phipps Cutting. Caught up with some other guys on some bikes. They were heading to Rylstone overnight. Yeah, so I'm going to call it quits here and head for home. As I said, the way I came, so not much difference than what you've already seen on the video. But yeah, it's been an interesting single day trip, and yeah, just have to get out this way a little bit more. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. Give it a like, send us a comment, and we'll catch you next time around. Appreciate it. Cheers.